Okay, this is a follow-on from the long multiplication question. We know Laura's collected now £171, and she was to share it among 15 charities. The fact that we say you see the keyword share implies that we're going to do a division. This 15 we're going to divide by. Now you may not know your 15 times table. We'll do some jottings to help us with this first version, and in another video I'll do a factoring method where we can actually use factors of 15 to do the divisions. They're multiple divisions but often smaller and easier to do. The other thing to consider is this is not going to give me a whole number answer, this one. So to help us and to discuss later how we can do this 171 and get decimal answers, first of all we're going to just do this in pence. So we're going to deal with 17,100 pence as our division. Now to do a division, this is long division, that's called the bus stop method. The quantity to be divided goes inside. Everybody waiting inside the bus stop is the story, and the 15 buses arrive outside the bus stop to be filled up. So how many buses? That's the normal story. In this case we're trying to go out of the 17,100 pence, how much do each of the 15 charities get? So we need to do this division. Now jottings gives me a way to actually work out the times table for myself. Now I start off with knowing that 1 times 15 is 15, 2 15s is 30. There's also a quick shortcut that helps me get to fairly big numbers, and that's 10 is going to be 150, and because of that I can also say that 5 is half of 150, half of 150 is 75. These pairings often give us some shortcuts to get into other parts of the table quite quickly. So we start off over here saying, can 15 go into 1? No. The 1 carries into the next column then. Anything we can't divide at the moment goes into the next column and is 10 times bigger. So now we're looking at 17. I'm trying to do 17 divided by 15. And that we can do, which is 17 goes once, and we've got to take one lot of 15 away. That's what we managed to do. So we're subtracting from the 15 2. We don't normally show the carries with this form of long division. We normally don't have them in there. And we've got to bring our next column down. So to get into the next column, what's currently in there to be divided is the 1. The remainder is now 10 times bigger, because it goes into the next column at a 10. 15 into 21, yeah, works, goes once. So I can subtract 15 from that. That leaves me with a 6. Bring the 0 down, 15's into 60. 15's into 60 I haven't got in my table, but if I look at my numbers, if I double 30, I know I get to 60. So doubling it will give me the 4 in the times table. So 4 gives me 60. There's my digit I need. So doing all the way over there. Don't know. So I'm going to get 60 and subtract it to deliver 0. And that was a 4 at the top. And what we have, bring down the 0, 0, 0, 15's into 0 goes nothing, and there is nothing left over. So this actually gives me a result to say each charity gets 1,140 pence. If I wanted to do this in decimal form, when I get to the 170, that would show as being 171 divided by 15, and we will get this divide 1 gives me 2, left over, bring 1 down, 15's into 2 goes 1, and I've got 6 left over. Now I've got to bring down something to go with this, and that place is going to be after the decimal point. After the decimal point, after the decimal point. All decimal points go in at the same place. I'm going to bring down nothing, and we're now going to read this number as being 60. The place here doesn't matter because we've now put the decimal point in as we need to. So 15 into 60 goes 4 times. 60. Subtract from each other. At this digit working place, now the decimal place has been put in, I can ignore that decimal point again. Gives me 0. So I would have an answer £11.40. 11.4. And because it's money, after a decimal point, I should always show 2 decimal place to show that 4 actually means 40 pence. So must see that, please. Just going to do a quick check with our calculation. So I'll bring the calculator back. I'll do it for both forms. Turn on. Oh, one's up there. So we'll start off with the 17,100 and divide it by 15. And that gives me 1,140 pence. 1,140 pence. Fine. If we do 171, no decimal places, no numbers to put in, and divide that by 15. Press equals. I get 11.4, this solution. The calculator doesn't know it's money, so it doesn't show that 0, so we need to put it in. And that's the calculation done using a calculator to check our answers.